Hello and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. Right, we're going to cross our new and improved bridge with our massive loader. Right, only joking. Look at that. So, tracked vehicles struggle a bit, but I mean, look at how far apart they are as well, the logs. But it is more realistic. I feel like that's how a proper forest bridge would be. Not all perfect, prim and proper. Right, so the plan here today, right now, is to head into the area where we planted 200 some trees. I can't remember exactly how many we put in that one area, but we're going to head there and we're going to do some deadwood clearing, because I've mentioned it in the past that there is quite a bit of deadwood, and I know it counts for less, but it's in the way, and I feel like clearing them out will be an easy task because, one, they're spread out enough where we'll get probably 3 or so to a load before we put it onto the truck, so it should be a nice amount to load on with the loader, as well as gives us a bit of extra wood as well. Right, this thing takes ages to get where you're going. I do still like this machine. It's a bit frustrating when it starts to spin on its own, but that's minor. It is a massive piece of machinery, and it makes sense that it moves slow. Doesn't have to move for anybody. Right, so probably could have done a couple of them trees as well, but we'll get the ones in the middle, because once those are gone, then I feel like the new forest will really want to take shape. Very excited for that, although a bit nervous that it's going to be so many trees, but we shall see. Right, so line up with that, cut it down. There we are. Deadwood number 1 here. We'll move them to the side. And it's not like we just have to do deadwood. There are other trees here we can collect. I just want to get them started, get them out of the way, because then we can at least... It's not like... What would be interesting, actually, here's a thought, is that deadwood... I suppose this is the only way they could do that, but I was going to say the products, rather, that it produces could be worth less, but it doesn't have to be that way, because the actual value of the wood is worth less, so it's fine. Not value, but the amount you get is less in it. Right, so that should be alright. Get that as nicely lined up as possible-ish. So there's one there as well. Right, so that's 4 logs already, that's not too bad. There's one there and a couple that way, so we will head that way. See, these rocks aren't too bad. If they were more in the way, then it would be more problematic. Oh, here's a that stump is in the rock. That's wild. Something I was joking about in another another series, my only other series to date. Whoops, hello. Trying to hit the align button. There we are. Hit the shop instead. About doing. Right, see what is going on here, Mr. Harvester. Yeah, I find sometimes it doesn't really work. There we go, that works. Just as I say that, of course. I want to potentially see anyone's thoughts on doing some... Oh, I won't be able to find that ever again. Potentially. Potentially it's lost forever. Right, to doing some arable on this series. Now, nothing major, just sunflowers. That's all I was thinking, because I mentioned it in passing in Frühling, but there's already so much going on, and we're nearing the end of that series, anyways. So that is why I was wondering, what do you reckon? Do you think we should do? I mean, we're going to have so much money here anyways, especially when we get the paper sold and all that, and once we get more and more of the boats being made, and eventually the roller coaster. I mean, we're always making money selling to the roller coaster, so yeah, don't know. What do you reckon? Do you think we should do a small bit of arable? I initially said I wasn't going to, but for sunflowers, for some reason, I feel like sunflowers would be quite nice, because I don't often do them, and why? See, spinning around like a lunatic. Right. If anyone has any word, I know it's probably because I'm using a wheel in it, but it's mostly only when I move the mouse, not so much when I move the wheel. No, it's both. Absolutely both. Right, just to have a quick look, I am curious to see what other kinds of equipment are available. Not that I want to get rid of it just for that. That's mental. I can't. That's crazy. That is so good. Maybe the small one even. But no, this is a wicked machine. The only other one would be potentially this one. Or the buncher. Potentially that. But trees can only be about half the size. 120. That's wild. Oh, that's for... You can do redwoods with that, can't you? But with that, is that a buncher as well? Any feedback on if this is actually a buncher, it's called, I believe, just like this? A feller buncher, yeah, is used to cut down trees, but it can cut them multiple at once, and they can be held together. That would be brilliant, because then placing them would be so much easier. Unless I'm misreading how that works, but right, we'll carry on with the deadwood, and then we'll get them into a few nice piles. We'll come through with the wheel loader and the trailer and all that, and get it loaded up. Alright, well, we've got a few piles here. We've got these piles, this pile, we've got a few. So what we'll do is head to the lorry on the waterfront near, there we are, near the sawmill. I say waterfront, but yes, the Globetrotter F16 looks much better on the logging trailer than the FH16 did. Oh, sorry. No, that's not correct. The VNX, or sorry, I can't remember what it is. The FH16 is the other Volvo model with the cab over front. Looks very nice. I would like it for this series, but perhaps I'll save it for another. We shall see what happens. Right, we'll see you down in that area, because I also have to go and fetch the wheel loader as well. Alright, well, we are here in the forest. I'm going to call this the forest. It's not the forest to be, we'll call it. And I'm loading up some of these logs. I decided to start over here since the wheel loader was, in fact, on this side. So yeah, this has been an absolutely brilliant suggestion. That comes from Trainmaster54. But I'll be honest with you, mate. I appreciate all your suggestions, and you've been extremely helpful with this series. Especially with a logging novice such as myself, this is a pretty nice way of getting it done. Right, and your other comments as well, not just for that, but that has been a very stellar comment, I will admit. Right, so we just have a few piles here, and then we'll mosey down to where all the deadwoods are. This is pretty much all the wood that wasn't deadwood is on this side. That tree... not problematic at all. Perfect. Right, and when we do 2 or 3 logs at once, even in this fashion, it is much easier as well. I would like to potentially try a different implement in the future to try and improve my loading with that. Oh, where are we going? Into the water. But potentially in the future, or in a different series with much smaller equipment as well. Because if I'm using a smaller wheel loader, for example, for smaller scale logging, then perhaps I would only need to load, you know, two logs at a time with a small loader. So we'll see what happens. Right, well, this is our fun rambling away and hearing the scream of the of the reversing Volvo loader. But I will throw this also into a cheeky little time lapse. Once I get this loaded in, I have to find where all my deadwoods are, because I have truly... Oh, look at that, how nicely that split. And this one is handheld, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken, very much so. Right, we'll collect that one, and then we'll find the deadwoods, and we'll bring it all down to the old sawmill. Right, all strapped in and ready to go. That is actually a fairly impressive load of wood, considering it was mostly dead wood and a few other trees here and there. Right, well, we will head now to the old sawmill, because that was the plan. It has been at 0 now for at least a month, so it would be nice to get that loaded up again, which is what we're going to do right now. So we'll see you down at the old sawmill. Alright, we have arrived, and I feel as though I'm fairly lucky with the train. I haven't really, that I can remember, at least in the last few episodes, a dozen perhaps, of running into the train at all. In fact, the train has been very lucky for me, as arriving, you know, on time, right as I'm arriving to the train station, that sort of thing. Right, absolutely brilliant. We have the wood loading in, already at 5,400 litres. I'm very excited to see what it does actually come to. Strange, I'm just seeing now 14 litres of wood chips. That's it, 14 litres. Is there a door? Can I get in? Where's my wood chip storage? Ah. Is that it there? I'm going to run over there and have a look. It seems like it would be part of this. Is that my... That must be my wood chips right there. If so, that's more than 14 litres. I should have checked to see. Interesting. Well, if that is it, in fact, then please let me know. Are they worth selling? Like, should I... I don't know how wood chips work, anyways. Look at this little shed. Maybe I should put stuff in here. Do I own this area? I'm just getting carried away. I reckon this whole area is... oh, hello, train. Right, anyways, maybe that is our wood chips. It doesn't say anything on it. But it does look like they are placed there. Right, if that is it, in fact, please do let me know. because I would like to, yeah. Not that they're worth that much, I reckon, but still. Ah, right, I always forget about these two pallets. So we've got these two, we should probably collect them next time. Right, almost 20,000 litres, by the way. Right, so I did, yeah, when I was here last time, I did tidy these up. Still don't know what these are for, but I have them. I've got a few. I reckon that, now, we should be good for the production. Right, so if that's all it was, which is probably accurate because it was a lot of deadwood, I think we should probably focus on, I don't know, I'd say wood beams. Wood beams and long planks, rather, I think is a priority. And, yeah, because planks are quite good. All of them. We need all of them. Except for fab walls, prefab walls. Right, that's what we'll do. Oops, wrong way. Activate, activate, and we'll wait. We'll wait on planks because these seem to be more of a priority at the moment. Actually, yeah, no, we'll keep wood beams as well before I get carried away, because that's what we have over there. See, wood beams and planks. So I feel those are the two primary ones, and we can use wood planks, long and short, for other productions. Right, so that's all we need to do at the old sawmill. Right, so I was just having a quick look at productions and prices and everything. Paper and all that needs to wait till November for a much better price. It's still good now, but might as well wait. If you look right here, it's wood chips. I don't know if I've ever noticed wood chips as an item in the prices category to check for, and as you can see, January is the best time, so we're not quite there. We're in the worst possible time, but the fire department, hotel, sawmill, rural, for all these places will buy wood chips, which is brilliant. From this pricing, it seems fire department is the best. Sorry, hotel actually is the best, but again, they fluctuate, and until January we won't fret on it. So I don't know why it says 14 litres of wood chips, because I would assume I've made much more. I have a feeling that is a wood chip storage. I would like to bring the wheel loader down, but I can't be fussed in case it's not. What I was going to do as the next task, though, is to head to the paper factory just to clear out some of these. Because there are more coming, and by the time we do sell them, I'd like them to not have stopped production. So very quickly, tuck under this. Now I know these to be quite finicky indeed. I'll move them over to the grass here so that when we bring the low loader down, it's a bit easier to manage. Just can't forget that that's where they are. Could you imagine forgetting tens of thousands of pounds of worth of paper just in and amongst the bushes? Oh, that would be horrible. It would rot away, I reckon, eventually. Right, so already that's... Oh my goodness. This is a lot of paper. A lot of paper. We actually will probably have to stack it onto the low loader, yeah. We don't have enough room on our low loader. I am finding also that the carton paper is it's working much better, it's loading much better. It's always had issues. It could have been the forklift I was using that was creating those issues, I'm not too certain, but this seems to work much better for loading your carton rolls. Paper never had an issue even with the forklift, but yeah, it seems there are issues with the carton at times, or I had in the past at least. Yeah, look at that, comes right off the fork. Oh my. Okay, let's have a look at where we are if we need to move more. That's about even. If we move one of those, then there will be no more. Oh, that one's very nearly to spawning again. Right, well, that's fine for now. We have some out of the way. So we'll just put this back here. Because by the time we load them, yeah, that's plenty of room. For that, I cannot believe, though, that these are... We could calculate how much we're getting. So we've got about 4 of these now. Plus... almost 4 of these. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, okay, we'll move on to the next task now that we've done this. And August seems to be not all that busy, actually. Because, here, I'll show you my process of looking for the next task. Because sometimes there just isn't one immediately present, right? Look at this, is fine. We could bring more wood. Absolutely, we can cut more wood. And that's probably what we might end up doing. In this episode or not, I haven't decided. But it seems that the 2-to-1 ratio for planks along and metal is working. Still don't know what to do with those, but that's fine. Floor tiles are fine as well. For planks, shingles, that looks low, but we've got loads of shingles ready to go. Again, might be something that gets sold. I don't know what to do with them yet. Pepper grinder, I assume a lot of these will be for the roller coaster one time only. So when we're done with the roller coaster, we don't need to produce shingles anymore, unless we want to. But I'd rather put that planks along, either sell it or towards the boat, really. Anyways, that's just a thought of mine as well. I don't know if the shingles are used for the boat. I can't remember. I don't think so. But yeah, wood turner's fine. It's just producing something. Bowls and pepper grinders. Wood's fine. Planks are producing. Yeah, I've decided to leave planks off for now. And metal and fabric. That's really all there is at the moment. The only thing... Right, and the sheep are absolutely fine. This is kind of why I wanted to buy a small field so that we could have some sunflowers. It would be quite nice. But I don't know what would be worth buying. That's way too much. 100,000, 50,000. That's not a field though. See, this we would have to plough up. But that would be the perfect size. Oh, look at that little field. That's not field though, is it? Is it? What is that supposed to be? That's near the boatyard, that is. Right, let's get a bit of a view. Oh no, what have I done? I've hit too many buttons at once and created an issue. There we are. So, yeah, that's not a field. Why would they... I suppose you could... That's good for grass. Well, it's not really good for grass, is it? It looks rubbish. Why would anyone... I suppose you could put a storage for productions here. Yeah, you could put sort of a longer storage building. But yeah, that wouldn't really work for us here. Let's get some speed going. This is the other field that would be the possibility to do sunflowers. But it's just so massive. All the fields are massive. This is the other space, but it's not really... It's just... Yeah, it's just grass. So the other option is here. We just cut out a small section, but would that be worth it? Probably not. Probably not worth doing that, especially if we add another chunk of sheep. Yeah, I really don't know. What do you reckon? Should we even bother with any arable? I would like to get some suggestions. This is a nice little field as well. Look at this little cute little house here. Just love it. Oh, look at that. Oh, is that too cheeky? Look what I found. Didn't mean to find that there. Right, well I will take it because I'm here now. But this is a lovely little house. Ah, lighthouse keeper. See, this little area would have been perfect. This little farmland would have been perfect for a just like a small farm area to start in. Really nice. All right, fine. Just because we were talking about them, that's why. That's nice. Found the dog sculpture. I didn't see how many I had left. I should have. 10 out of 16. So 6 left. Is that right? Anyways, Now to move on to the next task. Right, well, the next task actually will probably be in September. I have had a look around the other productions. The only thing we could do actually is cut some more wood. Really depends on how the rest of August goes. It does say it's clearing up a bit later on with the sun coming out, so we might just end up doing another load anyways. So we'll see how that goes. However, I did want to, before we end the episode, I wanted to sort of have a look at an idea. I was in the sales, as I tend to be, and I saw this. A 900 Vario Fendt. Fendt is actually a brand of tractor I haven't actually used all that much. And now you're thinking, well, why do you need a tractor? You have your Kubota and you have your Volvo. Well, I was actually thinking of using this for a farm tractor. So I wanted to put it essentially to a bit of a vote, I suppose. My thought is, do you think we should do a bit of arable on the side? So that would require essentially all of the arable things. That would be, say, we would need a planter if we're doing sunflowers. We'd need a trailer to haul it all. We would need a harvester to harvest it. So lots of things to consider. But this is a potential very good deal. £207,000 for 415 horsepower, which for the planter that I'm looking at would be perfect. It's 140,000 for the planter, so that is the money we have now, plus the money we have coming in from the sale of everything. We've got metal, we've got paper, we've got loads of things to sell. How much is this field though? 92. So that's another £100,000. That's just a few pallets of paper, really, if you look at it that way. So yes, please do let me know your thoughts. Should we? We're not abandoning the logging just as a side thing, because there are a few fields and we could take advantage of them, and I do want to do sunflowers in some series, and this just seems like an appropriate series to do sunflowers on. What do you reckon? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that will be the end of the episode for today. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, please do take care, and bye for now.